He's seen the skill of the prince and the strength and the ability and the accuracy and the speed. Oh gosh, you know I'm the best in the world. He's right in front of me and I can honestly tell him that I'm going to knock him spark out.
Yes, guys, welcome back to another edition of the TDs and Flying Knees podcast, your premier one-stop shop for boxing, mixed martial arts, and fantasy football. Guys, we actually cover combat. Who covers more combat than us? You already know, guys. We missed last week. Pretty much the whole show, the whole panel got COVID, so we had to miss. A bummer because it was a pretty cool weekend to preview and stuff. But enough about that. We'll get right into it, and because we got a big UFC card to talk about, and I'll introduce the panel.
What's going on, everybody? Good to be back. Can't wait to talk.
Jeffrey.
Welcome back to another episode, guys. Thank you for joining us again.
You already know what it is. Your host with the most, Smooth Steven Cruz. Yeah, guys, it's great to be back, hanging out and watching fights with the guys. DJ couldn't make it. He's not sick, but unfortunately his better half is sick and he's just helping out. So she owes him big time. But we can get right into it with play that Combat Sports Hot Topics sound clip, and we'll get right into it, and then I'll kick it off to Jeff for some of that MMA Hot Topics.
Let's have a couple notable fight announcements, guys. We'll start in the UFC, because I do have one announcement as well, but in the UFC, we'll start with some pretty big news. We got the coaches for the next tough season, guys, and that's going to be Juliana Pena and Amanda Nunes. I think we all saw the rematch coming, but I didn't see them being the coaches, but I guess that'll be pretty cool, seeing them go back and forth. The shit talk's going to be so terrible again, but that should be interesting. And then in the women's bantamweight division, Holly Holm will fight Caitlin Vieira at UFC event on May 21st. And then the last one in the UFC that I wanted to mention is Donald Cerrone and Joe Lozon fighting at a UFC event on April 30th. Donald Cerrone, I believe he has the most fights in company history, or the most wins in company history. One of the two. All I know is he's been around a really long time. So has Joe Lozon. So who knows? That might be the last time Donald Cerrone fights in the UFC.
Right, dude, that'd be crazy. They just make like a wrestling prop, like career versus career match. You know what I mean? Like loser retires. like make it more interesting, bro. Sell the match.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, he needs to retire already. Both of them do. Honestly, I like both guys, and they're too old to be fighting. So, but so the last one I got, guys, is in ONE Championships. It's gonna be the middleweight, the double champ. He's the middleweight champion and light heavyweight champion. Rainier de Ritter. He's going to defend his middleweight title against Kymrian Abasov, who I believe is the welterweight champion. He's trying to become double champ, welterweight and middleweight. He's trying to take double champ status away from de Ritter. So that should be
by becoming the double champ. Wow, that's crazy, bro. But honestly, I don't give him a chance. I mean, de Ritter's probably the best there is, and the best there is now in any company.
Yeah, and at middleweight, yeah. I agree, dude. I think
so. If he's middleweight there, would he be 205 in UFC then?
Maybe
because they dehydrate different.
Yeah. Well, what would the light heavyweight limit be? Because he's also the light heavyweight.
I don't even know then.
Yeah, me neither. But
I think for sure he can do middle and light heavyweight in the UFC.
Yeah, I'll look that up.
But yeah, guys, he's another guy that TDFK podcast put you onto. Like, no lie, he's dominant grappler. I mean, I hate to do like a comparison, like cliches, but he looks like a middleweight Khabib, man. He's just really dominant.
Right. Yeah, he's a double champ for a reason, man. The guy's just insanely good on the ground. He's good at getting the fight to the ground. He's good at keeping it there and just controlling. He's great. Has great control. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one because I haven't seen him fight in a while. So that would be cool. But as far as notable fight announcements, that's all I got.
All right, guys. First up, let's start it off with Canelo Alvarez. He's reportedly been offered a 1-fight deal to fight Jamal Charlo, I'm sorry, next with Al Heyman, or offered a 2-fight deal with Eddie Hearn that involves Dimitri Bivol, then a trilogy with Triple G. What do you guys think? What do you think's the better path for Canelo?
I think the Bivol and Triple G way. I think it just adds more to his legacy. But then I do want him to fight Charlo just to shut up the haters too. So either way, I like it. For me as a Canelo fan, I like both ways. But honestly, I like the way where he also tries to clean another division in a year. So
yeah, I'll agree with you there. I like it either way, honestly. But if I had to pick one, I would pick Charlo because I don't care to see a third Triple G fight. And also, I think Charlo is better for the legacy than Bivol would be. So that's why I would rather him fight Charlo. I just think it'd be a funner fight. You know, Bivol's great. Don't get me wrong. I think it'd be an awesome fight. But I think Charlo's a little more known. He's a bigger name in boxing, so I think it'd be cooler.
Where does he fight Charlo at? Where does he meet him at?
Charlo would come up to 168.
168?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
What do you think, Steve?
I think better for his legacy would take the Bivol fight and then the Triple G fight. Because he'll start cleaning out another division and then casuals love Triple G. So, just for his legacy, I mean, I don't think a lot of people know who Charlos are too much. They will, if it's announced, a Canelo fight, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think Triple G is definitely more known than Charlo, but I think Bivol's the least known out of all of them.
Yeah, I think
far.
Bivol would be the most boring fight.
He's only 13-0, right?
I'm not too sure off the top of my head, but I think stylistically that would be probably the most boring fight out of all the opponents. Because Bivol's he'll box off the back foot, really technical. Canelo, it'd be really tricky for Canelo the first couple rounds, kind of like the Plant fight. But yeah, that'd be a hard fight. But the Triple G is probably another winnable fight. I think he surpassed Triple G. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Next up, guys, Frank Warren won the purse bid for Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte with a massive bid of $41 million. Eddie Hearn's bid was $32 million. The WBC's ruling of an 80-20 split means Fury will receive $32.8 million and Whyte will receive $8.2 million for the WBC heavyweight title fight. It's gonna be awesome, man.
Money.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome, and I can't wait for that fight.
You big dosser!
No, what was he say? You bum dosser.
Yeah, you bum dosser.
Let's go! I'm ready!
Yeah, you bum dosser. And also, per the WBC rules, it will hold a 10% of the winning bid. So that's $4 million and a little bit more than $4 million, and that will go to the winner of the fight too.
Fuck, dude, that's so much money.
Yeah, it is.
God damn. Man. That's just for the winner, right? God damn.
Yeah,
I bet you the co-main events put together not even.
I hope yeah, it's probably gonna be a shitty undercard, right? And this is just some rumors. Per George Kambosos, it was posted on another website saying George Kambosos is likely to fight Vasily Lomachenko or Ryan Garcia, and highlighted was George Kambosos himself commenting on that post, saying, "Not true at all. I'm fighting either Haney or Lomachenko next in Australia." Full stop from the horse's mouth. So what do you guys think about that? Either Lomachenko or Haney, two really good fights.
If I'm him, I'd rather go Haney than Lomachenko. That's just me.
It's a more winnable fight.
Yeah, it's way more winnable fight. Lomachenko is just a technician out there, and it's gonna be hard to figure him out. And you want all the experience you want. And and somebody fast and shifty for Haney is good practice for Loma.
Yeah, I agree, man. I would like to see either one, but Haney's probably the better option.
Yeah, but shoot, off the books, I told y'all guys I hate it. But I mean, if I was him, I'll be going after Ryan Garcia. It's the most winnable fight out of the 3 matchups, and it's probably the one that's gonna bring you the most money. As much as I hate to say it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, and then real quick, I think Logan. I'm trying to look for his name, but Logan Paul's next opponent was announced, right? It was, and he fought a boxer. You said.
Oh yeah, he's a YouTuber from Brazil. I don't even know his name, man, but he fought Acelino Freitas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they boxed.
So it's gonna be the first legit one. I mean,
no, he's a YouTuber. He's not a boxer.
But I mean, he has at least the most experience.
Something Nunez, whatever. It's not too important, but I guess because the Paul brothers are popular though. But
yeah.
Next up, more important news though. Sources say this is per Mike Coppinger. Arthur Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr. are closing in on a deal for light heavyweight title unification this summer in New York. And that'd be an awesome fight.
Yeah, I heard about that, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. I hope that they make it official and we get to see those two guys go at it. That'll unify. They'll unify, right? Because they're both champions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's awesome. And just to correct myself real quick, Bivol is actually 19-0, not 13-0.
Thank you for that. And breaking news, this was just announced maybe last night. Ryan Garcia's next opponent is Emmanuel Tagbo. That's his name, and he's going to be fighting in San Antonio, Texas on April what?
April 19th, I want to say.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I have it right here in the group chat.
April 9th.
9th, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. I'm gonna go. I'm most likely like 90% sure I'll be there, man. I just can't pass up an opportunity to see some young up and coming superstar. In my opinion, I know Steve thinks that Gervonta Davis is the biggest young star, but I think it's Ryan Garcia. I think he's a little bigger, a little more known than Tank Davis. I just think he needs to get in the ring more, fight more. You know what I mean? Like if he did, I do think he'd be clearly the most known, at least the most popular. You know what I mean? Like in online. But yeah, I can't pass it up, dude. I don't like him that much. I'm not that big of a fan, but
no, I'm the same as you.
It's I think I want to watch him fight.
You want to see?
Yeah. I'm a fight.
We're all
fan,
itching for an event, man.
I'm a fight fan. It's here in our home city. Like I've gone to Houston for a fight. I've been to LA for a fight, but I've actually never seen a boxing card. Even though Canelo's fought here a couple times, I never went. So this would be my first, real professional boxing card, so I think I'm gonna try to go to that.
Which is gonna be pretty packed.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, it is.
Probably.
Oh, they always get pretty packed here, right? For boxing.
Oh yeah, dude.
And it's in the Alamo Dome too, not in the AT&T Center. It's in the Alamo Dome.
They sell out too. Charlo, I think, sold out here.
Yeah, it was a pretty packed fight.
Oh, the younger one, right? I mean the smaller
when
weight.
Castano, when he fought Castano here.
When he fought Castano here, yeah.
Okay, guys, check this out. Pre-sales for the highly anticipated Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fight apparently broke the record for boxing pre-sale tickets at Madison Square Garden. What are you guys' thoughts about that? Still, about women's boxing, or I'll watch. Or are you kind of excited, or what do you think?
Yeah, I'll take a piss during that boxing match.
I didn't know about it until I saw Dazan post it. But I mean, I'm not excited. Not to sound mean, I find it crazy.
I don't believe it. Yeah. I don't believe that for a second. I need to see the proof. Like, I admit I was wrong.
Yeah, I was like, I'm questioning what fights are in the Madison Square Garden because I'm like,
think of all the badass fights that have been there, especially back in the day. Like there've been some big boxing matches there. But if it broke the record, I mean.
Hey, but maybe pre-sale wasn't as more efficient.
Maybe pre-sale wasn't a thing, right? Yeah. Pre-sale probably wasn't a thing.
That's possible. That could be the little loophole in the thing.
Maybe, yeah. But honestly, dude, I probably won't even watch the fight. I probably won't be honest.
Yeah, not to sound mean.
Well, you know what? I have a kind of like a different opinion. It's the same day as the Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez fight, and I kind of think it's gonna get more views, man, than that.
It might, yeah. And those guys ain't very known either. So,
And I don't know if there's a UFC card that night, but I think it might get close, maybe to even more views, man. I'm just throwing it out there. It's really popular to women empowerment is really popular right now.
But
have you seen the WNBA? Have you seen the WNBA ratings?
Yeah, but no one pushes that. But I think,
I mean,
since Ronda Rousey,
the NBA is pushing it. Steve,
wait, when is it? When is it, Steve? Serrano and Katie Taylor. When is that?
I think it's April 30th.
Yeah, I think it's at the end of April.
I don't know. I don't see. Well, I don't have cable, so maybe that. But I don't see anybody pushing WNBA, and I don't know. But
UFC only has their schedule up to April 23rd. So it's hard to tell.
I can't see too many people caring to watch those two girls fight. Like, I think Claressa Shields is probably the biggest star in boxing, and nobody even cares to watch her fight. So
she's the best woman boxer, but I don't think she's a draw though at all.
She's the biggest draw. I think she's got the biggest mouth, the biggest personality.
I don't think there's gonna be another women draw like Ronda Rousey.
Oh no, absolutely not. Ronda Rousey is probably she's the Conor McGregor of. I mean, I guess Floyd Mayweather is the biggest draw ever in the men's side. But yeah, I think Ronda Rousey's bigger than any female boxer of all time. She's
the biggest women draw in any combat sports, I think, even to this day.
Yeah, absolutely. But so you think Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano are more known than Claressa Shields?
Yes, because of the Jake Paul. Even though it was that little bit of time, she was exposed. Yeah, now she's more known because the only people that know of Claressa Shields are hardcores and the MMA fans that saw her cross over.
Well, Jake Paul's last fight didn't even do well. You know that, right? Jake Paul's last
he's still
fight
popular, but look at the views on
dude still has millions of subscribers, followers.
Yeah, I don't mean his fights sell like that, bro.
No, I'm not saying his fights. I'm just saying
that's what I mean.
Whatever he gives a shout out is gonna get more views.
We'll see.
Than the average.
I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. Like I said,
maybe that's the bet you should bet him with, that he'd smoke a joint.
But what is the number we're getting at? Well, what do they have to do?
It just has to do better views.
Do better
than
views
what?
Than
Shakur Stevenson.
No,
or whatever.
I think it might, dude. Nobody fucking knows who Shakur Stevenson and we know because we follow boxing. But the average person
saying whatever UFC puts out that night.
It depends what they put out. If they put out something like that, it ain't doing better than that.
It'll be a UFC fight night. It'll be.
I can see it doing better than a fight night. I mean, these are the two biggest women stars in boxing. Period. So I can see it doing better than a UFC fight night.
I have a hard time finding somebody that's gonna invite me to their barbecue to watch the Katie Taylor Serrano fight.
I guarantee you, nobody that we know is gonna watch Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. I guarantee it.
No, yeah, I know they're not watching it unless we tell them.
We will.
I get it.
We'll. I know I said earlier I probably won't watch it, but I probably will end up watching it if I got nothing else to watch that night. If Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez are fighting, I'll be watching that. But if the fights don't line up, the main cards, then I'll probably watch it. But I think we will be like the only ones that we know watching that fight.
We love women, by the way.
Yeah, we're all for
women's rights. Yeah.
Hey, one of my favorite athletes in the entire in combat sports period is Rose Namajunas. So, and I love watching myself. I love watching Amanda Nunes. I love watching a lot of females. So it ain't about female. It's just if you're asking me, and I'll say the same about female basketball.
We're straight up, yeah.
I don't like women's basketball at all. I think it's absolutely horrible, and I'm not saying that because they're women. I just think if it was about it being a woman, dude, then I wouldn't like women's soccer. I wouldn't watch women's volleyball, women's MMA. I just don't like women's basketball or women's boxing. That's just how it is. I just don't find it entertaining. Nothing to do with them being women. Again, I want to make that clear, but I just don't find it entertaining.
I'm a little hard on women's combats in general. I only like Rose, and I respect
Valentina.
Yeah, but I don't really. And I think Nunes just hit hard. Maybe that was exposed in her last fight. I just think that made her special, but still not really kind of into any kind of women's combat sports, man. Except women's volleyball.
Oh, I love women's.
Oh,
yeah. I like Olympic volleyball. That's fun, dude. So again, it's not about it being women. It's just not entertaining.
All right, I guess before we get canceled, let's get right into the fight reviews.
That's why I kept saying, bro. I want to make it clear. It's not about it being women. It's just that specific sport. I don't like it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I'm trying to get to move on to the next part before Lewis has something to say.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get him to say something.
I'm holding, bro. Y'all are trying. DJ,
right.
this is for you, DJ.
And all right, well, I guess we'll start with the UFC Hermansson versus Strickland. What are you guys' thoughts on that card, man?
Overall, dude, I like the card a lot. I think it was great, but I didn't like the co-main or main events. I think it was a very underwhelming performance from Sean Strickland. He got the job done. I did think that he won. But then again, if they gave it to Hermansson, I wouldn't have said it was a robbery either. So it was a close fight, competitive fight, but neither guy, I think, like put a stamp on it. You know what I mean? Like made a statement tonight. And I think that's not a good thing for Strickland, because he was actually they were talking about him getting a title shot next. But with that performance, I don't think that warrants one, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. It didn't look like he came out wanting it. And both guys, actually, I mean, but we knew Hermansson's game plan was going to be try to take him down. And
Yep.
when he won't, those guys usually struggle to do anything else.
Yep.
But yeah, Strickland didn't finish. He didn't seem like himself. He didn't talk as much shit as he usually does either.
Yep, I noticed that too. Man.
I don't know if it was because he was gassed trying to defend the takedown, but yeah,
maybe the pressure kind of got to him, because he probably also heard he's close to getting a title shot, so he kind of took it a little more serious and didn't.
Maybe, but even that's not a good showing for title shot talks, and then your next fight, that's not a good showing.
I agree. I do have a couple of guys. Go ahead.
My bad. No, I was gonna say, yeah, I think Sean Strickland, aka Breaking Bad, yeah, he didn't look too good, man, either. So just but he might still make a fun fight for Adesanya if he does get a title shot. I don't know about competitive, but I think he's crazy enough, and
I think I'll make him fight Vittori first, just to try him out. See what he's.
Oh, maybe Costa. How about Costa?
Costa,
that'd be a really good fight.
Yeah, I like that better, because I think Vittori will take him down. I think,
yeah,
or at least try to.
I'd just rather see him fight one of the top guys before he gets a title shot. Because, like I said, this is not a good fight to come off.
I agree.
To a title shot.
Do you think if he came out and knocked him out, he'd have?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. There were a couple other guys on the card, man, that I was very impressed with. Like I said earlier, overall, I liked the card a lot, but it wasn't because of the co-main and main events. It was because of the fights underneath that. There was a light heavyweight making his UFC debut tonight. He's from Brazil, Gelton Almeida. He made his UFC debut via dominant TKO in the first round. And when I say dominant, man, it was nasty. I showed you, right, Luis?
Oh, yeah. No, it was nasty. This guy's the real deal. This guy for sure has our TDFK stamp on him.
Yeah.
He's the real deal, man. If you go look at the highlights, I mean, it doesn't take that much. He controls you. He has some nasty ground and pound, and he can also strike on the feet. And he just has it all. He's a complete package. He runs as of a Khabib.
Yeah, the only thing we need to see if the only thing this will make or break him is the cardio. Can he do it for 3 or 4 rounds, 5 rounds? But from what I saw today, man, he looks incredible. He looks like well-rounded, high potential.
It doesn't look like he's gonna have a 5-round, not even a 3-round fight in a while.
Yeah, he's got, like I said, he's got it all, dude. He's got the stuff you can't practice. The guy's 6'3". He's got an insane reach. He's fucking ripped. I mean, he's got, like I said, the only thing is the cardio. But he looked incredible today. He's got very high potential. I could see him easily being top 10 and challenging for a title within the next couple years. Another fight on the card. I don't know if you guys saw this one, the Bryan Battle versus Tresean Gore.
No,
it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the tough finale, and then Gore got hurt, had to pull out. So Battle fought a replacement, ended up winning the tough, the winning the Ultimate Fighter. But a lot of people discredited him. They said, well, you didn't fight the next best guy. You didn't fight Gore. He got hurt, so he was bothered by that. So he said he came in, wanting to really just win this fight and cement his spot as the tough winner, and he did that. It was a good fight, very competitive, back and forth. You could tell Gore was the more powerful of the two, but Battle just had so much more output, and he just threw a lot more than Gore did.
You think Gore deserved like another fight in the UFC after this performance for sure, right?
Yeah, I do. I think he definitely to me he looked real hesitant, like he was
Shoot,
getting picked
I'm not
apart.
gonna lie, tough enough. I was looking at him slowly. You know, I'm a little behind on the series, but there's some good fighters that were coming out of there.
Yeah, there is, man. There really is. I like both of those guys. I like Gore and I like Battle. Um, but yeah, I think Gore. Yeah, he's definitely UFC talent. I like him in the UFC. Do you like that fight, Steve?
Yeah, man, it was a good fight, man.
And then the last guy I want to talk about, and this is the guy I have. Like the sky's the limit for this dude, man. And I think he has, out of everybody on the card, including the main event, this guy has the highest ceiling, the most potential, and that is Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's a welterweight. He's not even ranked in the top 15. I believe this was his third fight in the UFC. And dude, I told y'all, yesterday, if you can watch this guy fight, he's got it all, dude. He's got the striking, he's got the cardio, he's got the wrestling. He's nasty, dude. 14-0 with 14 finishes, every one by stoppage. And to me, like,
You serious? You serious?
yeah, he's got to me, it's I'm excited about him, man. I can't wait to get his for them to give him his next opponent, and I think that he will, like him. He reminds me of Chimaev a little bit, dude. Like, and Chimaev already has his next opponent. It's Gilbert Burns. So if he wins that, he's definitely fighting for the title. Gilbert Burns is like top 3, I think. So if he wins that, he's fighting for the title. But
I can't wait for that matchup, man.
I honestly think if Chimaev, well, whether he wins or loses, like I think Rakhmonov in 4 fights he'll be fighting for the title, dude. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get those fights, but I think within 4 fights he's that good.
Yeah, it's crazy how, because the way you were talking about that plan, that I see it the same way, and it sucks for my guy Burns, man, because then he just becomes a barometer. I mean, I think he's gonna lose to Shemaev, and then he's just gonna become a barometer where he probably fights the next up and coming guys like you were talking about.
Yeah, I could see him fighting Rakhmonov in a couple fights, man. Like if he loses to Chimaev, but yeah, I can see a matchup, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Hamzat Chimaev in the future. That's all. That'd be a great matchup.
Yeah, no, if I'm Rakhmonov, I'm taking my time. You're calling out maybe Steven Thompson.
Yeah,
you're trying to get good names on your resume.
I think a good matchup for him. He's number 13 ranked right now. The guy that Hamzat just beat, Jing Liang. Him or even Michael Chiesa is coming off 2 losses. I think he lost to Luque, and then he lost to Sean Brady. So he's on 2 fight losing streak, but he's ranked number 10.
Yeah, that'd be perfect to test his wrestling right there too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So but yeah, guys. So look, keep your eye out for Shavkat Rakhmonov. Man, I'm telling you, he's gonna do big things.
Yeah, and then also tonight, Carlos Cuadras versus Jess Bam Rodriguez stepping in as a 5-day notice for Suriski Sarongvisai.
Sorungvisai.
There you go.
Is how you say it.
Tried. But yeah, man, and he put on a performance, guys. He looked really good. So proud that he's from San Antonio, man. The younger brother of Joshua, the Professor Franco. Man, he looked really good, man. Dominant performance.
Yeah, it's crazy. He came in looking like the smaller fighter, but he fought like he was the bigger one. He had great movement. He coming in and out, and he caught him a couple times, man. I'm surprised he didn't drop him not once, but yeah, Cuadrado, or Cuadras, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Cuadras, yeah.
Cuadras, he sounded like he hit hard, but honestly, more than half of his shots were blocked by Rodriguez's good defense.
He had really good footwork too, man. He looked really good.
Yeah, I was impressed, man. I did not expect that from him. He looked incredible, and yeah, like Steve said, proud that he's from our home city, man. He's from San Antonio.
Yeah, and then earlier today on Saturday, you saw the return of British boxing. And it was Chris Eubanks Jr. versus Liam Williams, and Chris Eubanks wins via unanimous decision. And it was a pretty good fight. He dropped Williams multiple times, I think, with a jab a couple times, I think. It was a decent fight. Williams did put up a pretty decent fight. You know, it was hyped up. It was from social media to the ring. It was really bad blood, you know what I mean? But yeah, Eubanks Jr. gets the job done. apparently, rumors were if he won this fight, he was gonna finally get a shot at a world title. So we'll see. That's Canelo weight class.
Yeah, I'm excited. There was a great showcase for Eubanks. He's a great fighter.
Yeah, his only losses is to Billy Joe Saunders and to George Groves. You know what I mean? He's fast hands.
Who you see him fighting next?
I don't know. They said they're gonna give him a title shot, so somebody at 168, man. He has to.
Title shot. Can't.
Canelo.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it has to be Canelo. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he's not even in the conversation. So maybe Canelo will vacate or some shit. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I can't wait to see who he fights next.
Yeah, and the co-main event on that was Claressa Shields versus Emma Kozin, I think. And Shields won a unanimous decision. She pits the shutout. Yeah, and then it's gonna set it up for another big fight in women's division against Sarah Marshall, I believe that's her name.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happens. That'd be cool for.
Hey, say what you want to say to how we say it about the lack of competition there is in women's boxing or whatever. But whatever Claressa Shields is doing right now, transitioning MMA and boxing simultaneously is pretty amazing.
I respect that. Yeah, man, it is. What she's doing is not easy.
And not only that, she's taking on legit opponents. I mean, it's not like they're giving, giving them scrubs.
She's yeah, man, I admit that. She's doing what she's doing is incredible. It's not easy. And it's not like she's good. She's a good MMA fighter, and she hasn't even devoted all of her time to it yet. So it'd be cool to see how far she can go. We already know how far she's gone in boxing. I'm sure she'll continue. She's probably not gonna stop boxing, but I'm just saying it would be awesome to see how far she could go in MMA if she would devote all her time to it.
Yeah, for sure, man. You could tell she's just a really good striker. Just she don't have too much power, man. I think she has like 2 knockouts or something like that.
Yeah, she don't have hardly any finishes in boxing.
Yeah, just fans like that. A lot of
she has one in. That wasn't her UFC. I mean, I'm sorry, her MMA debut in PFL. She won by TKO or no?
I think she did win by TKO. She was
dominant,
and then she got the TKO
in the last round, right?
I think it'll be awesome to see like some crossovers, like Harrison and her. They do a boxing match and a UFC. That'd be like awesome.
Yeah, I think. I don't think it'd be fair to put her against Harrison in MMA yet.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it wouldn't be fair to put Harrison in boxing.
I think Harrison would be more competitive in boxing than Claressa would be in MMA.
Yeah.
Harrison is a fucking animal, dude. She's so good.
Put her on her back like this, man. Like,
and beat the shit
if the other girls could put her on Claressa Shields on her back, then it'd be nothing to Harrison, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the main event of tonight, I guess for a lot of people was Keith, one-time Thurman.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
Who's he talking to when he said that?
Mario Azteca Barrios. Man, I don't even remember who he's talking to. It's I know it's from a press conference.
Yeah, I like that clip.
Duck me, son.
But first off, it was a stacked card, but it was just whack that it was pay-per-view. 74, I think 99. That's crazy, dude.
Nobody bought that shit, I promise you.
Yeah, it probably did
like
really
7
bad.
people, maybe.
Only TDF kicks, we had to watch it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Barrios is from our hometown, and yeah, he didn't look too good, man. He did move up a weight class, but I don't know, man.
It's crazy. You would think he would be faster, but he looked like the way slower fighter. He was he was just he wasn't light on his feet. He looked slower. He looked weaker. He didn't look powerful
Until the 12th round.
Yeah, until the last round, right? But hey, he was happy to be there.
Yeah, man, and this was a title eliminator. So the winner of this fight, which is Thurman, he's gonna get the winner of Spence versus Ugas. That's pretty cool, man. But yeah, I picked Barrios to win. I thought that since Keith Thurman is susceptible to body shots, and Barrios has a really good body attack. But man, Barrios didn't
which
land.
We didn't see tonight.
Which we did not see tonight, man. We saw flashes of it too late. But yeah, man, you saw when Keith Thurman gets touched to the body, he just like retreats, like automatic. He can't help it. But now, man, he didn't do that. So I guess I was just I guess I missed DJ too much, and I had to do the upset pick. But yeah, Keith Thurman looked good, man. And just a few years ago, he was the top dog at 147. So I guess shame on me for not picking him.
Yeah, I did. I picked Thurman. I did think that he would win. I think Barrios is a good fighter, dude. I just don't think he's quite on the level of these guys that are, like the Keith Thurmans, Gervonta Davis. I think they're just a little bit better than him. But I don't even care that he lost. What bothers me is his mindset, dude. Like I already had a talk with this, with Luis about this. Is if you listen to his press conference, he said, I mean, not the press conference, it was his post-fight interview right inside the ring. He said that him and his team are happy with the outcome. How can you say that you're happy with the outcome if you got beat nearly every round? I think he won one card. Actually, I think on the official scorecard he won a little bit more, right?
There was like a point, I think, in like the 6-7 round, even you were saying that his corner should probably throw the flag.
Yeah.
He was getting beat up.
He was getting beat up, but I'm glad they didn't because he made it competitive, in the later rounds. But I don't like that mindset, dude. Like that tells me that like he's just okay being in there and he didn't really give himself a chance to win. If you're saying I'm happy, me and my team are happy with this outcome, how? You didn't really do anything to be super happy about. Yeah, you didn't get knocked out, but if that was your goal, you really didn't give yourself a chance to win. If your goal was to just come in here and not get knocked out. But hopefully, his bell was just rung a little bit. He didn't really mean that because it's just not a good look, man. But he's from here. I was hoping he would win. I was hoping that my pick would be wrong, Thurman. But yeah, Thurman just looked a little bit better, a little bit more powerful. Like Luis said, Barrios, he looked a little bit slow, man. I didn't expect that either. Thought he'd be definitely the faster guy.
Yeah, he looked so big at the stare down, but while we're watching the fight, man, Thurman just looked pretty solid. Even though Barrios was taller, but Thurman looked really not thick, but just compared to Barrios, man, he looked more filled out. 147.
Yeah, Barrios is too green, man. The way Thurman even called it out, he was
he's crossing his feet in there, and
fundamental mistakes.
Yeah,
and I mean, it is how it is. I mean, he doesn't know how to cut the ring off, right? So
he needs to move back down too, in my opinion. He's just not big enough.
Yeah, he's not big enough. I mean, not powerful enough. I mean, he was struggling.
Oh, it is what it is.
That's funny.
But overall, pretty decent weekend of fights, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was happy with
all of them were free except for the Barrios Thurman fight, but whatever.
But it kind of was free.
Yeah, it was. It could have been free. You know what I mean?
It can be free if you want it to be.
It is what it is.
But we'll get it right into this coming week fight previews. And we'll start it off with one championship, Bad Blood. Bibiano the Flash Fernandez versus John Hands of Stones Lineker. And this is going to be a great fight card, man. Bibiano is like an OG of the lighter weight divisions. And I'm talking about like the featherweight and bantamweight divisions. I think bantamweight actually. And I think I first saw him. He came on my radar when he got a armbar. What was it? Dream 11, I think, over Joe Warren. He was like a Bellator veteran, I believe. And he has some really good names on his resume in the lighter weight divisions. And yeah, man, he's just fought the who's who. I mean, I think his second or third fight ever, he fought like Uriah Faber. So like you know what I mean? So he's been in there. He's an OG. And then John Lineker, we all know him from the UFC, man. He is a heavy hitter for that bantamweight division. And man, this is going to be a good scrap because Bibiano Fernandez is just pretty crazy too, even though he's a jiu-jitsu black belt, an elite grappler. He's crazy, man. He just goes in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What are you guys' thoughts about this fight card? Actually, real quick, so yeah, and Lineker has really good names on his resume too. Uncle Creepy, Rob Font, John Dotson. He
Wait, who? Uncle Creepy?
Yeah, Ian McCall, Uncle Creepy.
There's that mustache.
Yeah, he lost a split decision to Corey Sam Hagen. That was his last fight in the UFC. So it's not like too. Like he didn't walk away from the
Also
UFC because he sucked. You know what I
fought
mean?
TJ Dillashaw as well.
Yeah, he lost
but
a
been in there
unanimous
with him.
decision. Yeah. So this dude's no joke, man. He's still on that pretty decent level, like maybe a barometer or a contender type level. So this is gonna be a pretty decent scrap, man, for one championship. And that's the main event. And the co-main. Well, actually, my bad. Go ahead, Jeff, if you have anything to say.
Oh no, I like it, man. I like the matchup. I don't know if you're asking me for a pick. It's tough, man. John Lineker is one of those fighters that you can't count out because he just has that knockout power. You know, if he catches you early, you're probably going to sleep. But if I had to, I'll go with Lineker, man. I think he'll get it done. Who you got, Luis?
It's gonna be tough for sure. I'm expecting a knockout with this. I think these guys are explosive, but I might go with the pick Jeff got, Lineker.
Okay.
But I think it's gonna be early. I think whoever gets caught early.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like 0 to 100 as soon as the bell rings, and yeah, because it's gonna go in that pace, man. I think Lineker is gonna catch Fernandez with the pretty devastating KO. His last KO in one was pretty devastating. I don't know if you remember that. It was on the TNT, one of the one on TNTs, I think.
It was
really?
Also one of the. Well, they haven't had any people at their fights for a long time, so it was like real quiet in there. You can hear everything landing, dude. It was nasty.
when they had it on TNT, it was freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, it is.
I hate it.
They
when
need to get
stopped
another
it. It was
deal,
fucking
man.
Awesome.
Yep.
I guess because of the tape delays. I think only 1 or 2 of them were live. Yeah, which is kind of whack. But
yeah,
that's it's a really good main event. This is at 7 a.m. on Friday, February 11th, Central Time, 7 a.m. Central Time, free on Bleacher Report, I think.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah.
On YouTube, yeah. So
yeah, man. If you got nothing to do and you wake up early, trust me, one never disappoints.
Yeah, you got kids or you're working early already, and it's a pretty good co-main event. It's a heavyweight main event. We have Anatoly Malakin taking on Kirill Grishenko for the one interim heavyweight world title. I guess the Indian dude who won the title, I guess he vacated.
Yeah.
Because they're fighting for the vacated belt. And both men are undefeated in their careers and have knocked out almost every opponent placed in front of them. So it's going to be a pretty action-packed fight card. And that's one championship Bad Blood at 7 a.m. Central Time on February 11th. And
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, man.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I was going to continue to the next. So go ahead, bro.
To the next card or the next fight?
To the next card. So go ahead if you have another.
Oh yeah,
fight.
there's one more fight on this. It's a Muay Thai match. Jonathan Haggerty, he's fighting on this card. He's fought Rod Tang twice in very competitive Muay Thai matches, dude. So I just recognize his name on the card, and it'd be pretty cool. He's a good watch. Trust me.
Yeah.
And it's a Muay Thai match.
Muay Thai match.
No. He's a white dude. Kind of reminds me of Corey Sandhagen. This dude right here.
Okay.
Yeah, Muay Thai matches never disappoint.
Yeah, the one Muay Thai matches are awesome, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Give that a watch.
And you know what? I was using MMA Junkie for some of the info, and they don't post the Muay Thai or kickboxing info. So yeah, I was just going with that. But yeah, good call on that, Jeff. And then on Saturday, February 12th, on DAZN from London, England. Daniel Jacobs, the Miracle Man versus John Ryder. This is a pretty decent scrap. Maybe something you wouldn't recommend to first-time boxing fans, but still a decent scrap because Daniel Jacobs is still like thinking like top 4 in that super middleweight division or in the middleweight division. Yeah, super middleweight division. He's 37-3 with 30 KOs and only lost to elite guys, to Canelo, Triple G, and how can I forget? Soft roll out, Dimitri Prague. Shout out to Dimitri Prague. He was really good. One of the few boxers to retire undefeated. He had an injury that had to cut his career short. Really good performance by Dimitri Prague. So all elite guys he lost to, man. And Ryder, he's 30 wins, 5 losses, 17 KOs. Him, Well, I don't know how to make this fight because at first I thought it was going to be an easy win for Daniel Jacobs. But I watched some of Ryder's fight, and he fought Callum Smith, which he lost. But I had him winning that fight, man. And Callum Smith came off that devastating win of Lenny Castillo, I think. He knocked him out on the Usyk Joshua card, and he was like having like spasms.
Oh yeah,
it was an ugly knockout.
Yeah,
and I don't know. He has a lot of what if wins, so I think it's going to be a competitive fight. But I think Daniel Jacobs is gonna. He has the extra gears of that elite level to pull out. I guess I'm unanimous decision. At first, I was gonna pick a stoppage, but unanimous decision. I'm picking, man.
I'll go with the same thing. Yeah,
I think you're overthinking it, Steve. I think it's an easy stoppage for Jacobs.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, is it Ryder used to be in the top 10 in the middleweight division for the longest time, but due to like inactivity, they bumped him out. That's why I thought it's just gonna be a little tough fight, but that was my first pick, man. An easy win for Daniel Jacobs, man. And he has a really good story. I'm rooting for Daniel Jacobs. He overcame a rare form of bone cancer. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So really cool story, man. That's all. That's the only notable fight in boxing, guys. And now probably the main event for a lot of you guys is a really good card. UFC 271, Adesanya versus Whittaker 2. And I'll kick it over to Jeff, and we'll get right into that fight card.
Yeah, man, it's a pretty good fight card. I'm definitely happy with it. I did, but one thing I did mention to the guys that I thought was kind of weird is that how Izzy is, one of the biggest stars in the promotion, and they didn't stack this card like they usually do, like for the biggest stars. But we'll see how it does, man. It is a good card nevertheless, though. So the first fight on the main card is let me see here.
Bobby
Green versus Nasrat Haqparast. And Bobby Green, he may not
show.
Yeah, he may not be
it's crazy. Didn't he just fight like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, he fought, I don't know the date, but he fought Al Iaquinta and he knocked him out in the first round.
Damn, that was his retirement fight too, right?
Yeah, that was
in his hometown, right?
Usman Covington 2. It was on that card. That's his last fight. So that wasn't that long ago. I want to say it was in December, right?
Yeah.
The beginning of December?
Yeah, the beginning of December, yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, he's fighting again. One thing he may not be elite, dude, but he always puts on a good show. It's always a good scrap, and these guys they're gonna strike. It'll be a striking match for sure. Then you got Kyler Phillips also on the card. He's a promising young bantamweight, I believe. Next fight, Jared Cannonier, Derek Brunson. This is gonna be a good fight. It's interesting because I want to say Brunson's like on a 7-fight win streak. Let me count him up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. I'm sorry. He's on a 5-fight win streak. Last beating Darren Till. Before that, Kevin Holland. So pretty good names on his resume. He's also getting close to a title shot, man. Do you think if he gets this win against Cannonier, they'll match him up with Strickland?
I would.
Could see that, right?
I would, and then since they're both hot, I would do a title shot for whoever gets
that win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting matchup. I like it. It'll really depend on if Cannonier can keep the fight standing. If he can keep the fight standing, I think he knocks Brunson out. If he can't keep the fight standing, he's going to get dominated on the ground.
I think he can. I think he will. I think he has enough experience.
Yeah, and he's a big dude. He has fights at heavyweight.
Yeah, exactly. He's came down from heavyweight, so he's used to wrestling with way bigger and stronger guys.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll go with you on that one, dude. I think Cannonier's going to win that fight. And then we got the co-main event. I would say the most exciting fight on the card, but the main event is just too good, man, on this card. But Derek Lewis versus Tai Tuivasa is definitely going to be, a fan-friendly fight. One of these dudes is getting knocked out. Yeah. So if you're gonna bet on any fight, any of these fights ending in a finish, it'd be this one, I think, right?
Yes, it's just sad because I'm a Shuey fan.
You like both of them? Yeah, I'm a fan of both, dude. I love Derek Lewis.
Well, no, I feel like Lewis might knock Tuivasa out. That's why
same here.
I'm a bigger fan of Tuivasa than Lewis.
And
I'm
at this
just
point,
sad.
he's probably better for the UFC than Lewis is.
Oh, way better. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He's more marketable. He's fun.
But hey, you never know. I mean, all you need is to be there at the right time. Connect.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
He's got his own power. So who do you got, Steve?
Yeah, man. I don't know, man, because Derek Lewis.
My balls was hot.
I think he's ranked number 3 right now,
Mm.
and my boy Taito Ivasa is ranked number 11. They both have high KO. I think Lewis has 21 KOs, and Taito Ivasa has 12 KOs. Man,
He's knocking people out.
Knock people out and do fucking shoes. Knock people out and do fucking shoes. Love the cameras.
yeah, you know what I mean. I'm rooting for Taito Ivasa, man, but my professional pick is Lewis. I think Tuivasa is just too wild because we saw Greg Hardy hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, right before
You know
he
what I
knocked him
mean?
out.
And shoot, he was on a 3-fight losing streak. 2 of them to people he should have beat. The Dos Anjos is a little understandable.
Yeah, then
The other 2 guys,
Blagoy,
yeah.
Ivanov, and Sergey Spivak.
I just think he's still young and he's still growing, and this is another step up that's too soon, I think. Because I think even though Lewis, he is coming off a win, but he's coming off before that a performance where he got dominated from Gon, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he's still at that elite level. It's just Gon's in his way, unfortunately, you know what I mean?
Right. I agree, man. Yeah, he's only lost to some really good guys. Gon, Junior Dos Santos, and this was back in 2019, and then Daniel Cormier. So
Yeah, man, and Lewis is just really chill. He's chill. He'll wait for the counter, and
Yep.
Taito Ivasa's not. He's gonna, as soon as the bell rings, he's gonna go right at it, and I think Lewis is gonna connect, man. So yeah, makes me sad because I want to see a shoey, man.
yeah, I'm with you guys, man. I like Tuivasa. Like I said, I like them both, dude. It's gonna suck to see either one of them lose. Like Steve said, you can root for someone, and then you have your official pick. My official pick is also Lewis. I just think that, like Steve said, man, he's patient, man. One thing about him is he doesn't waste movement. He don't move around too much, dude. He pretty much is standing almost still in there until he until he explodes, man. That's and when he touches you, you're going out, dude. Like his shots are he has that Francis Ngannou level power, and they touch you, you're going to sleep. So yeah, I'm going with Lewis, but if Tuivasa won, I'd be happy, dude. That'd be cool to see. And then let's move on, guys. Let's get into let's get into the main event of the evening. This is probably one of the best matchups in the entire, UFC, any weight class. These 2 guys are, in my opinion, clearly the 2 best middleweights in the UFC. Robert Whittaker versus Israel Adesanya. And I'm gonna I'll just make my pick official right now. I think that Robert Whittaker is gonna win by unanimous decision. I don't think I can see him finishing Izzy, but I do think that his striking is a little bit overrated, and Whittaker's is a little bit underrated. And I just think Whittaker has a little bit more in the bag than Adesanya does. I think that's how good Robert Whittaker's striking is, dude. So yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'll pick the underdog. I think Whittaker makes the adjustments and takes advantage of some of Izzy's, because Izzy, for being a kickboxer, dude, and a striker first primarily, and a boxer, he has really bad tendencies, especially defensively when he's striking.
When he just leans
leans back and leaves his chin wide open, dude. And I think Whittaker is going to make adjustments. He's a smart fighter, man. So I see Whittaker winning this one by UD.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Bobby Knuckles too. I think last fight they had, if you actually watch it closely, it was real close. Izzy just caught him. He was slipped, and I think it's hard to catch him again. He's a real technical fighter, a real smart fighter, and I don't think he catches Izzy, but I do think it's another war, and I think he wins unanimous or split.
Split. Look.
What do you think DJ would pick? Bobby Knuckles?
Yeah,
I think he would pick Whittaker.
He doesn't like Izzy.
So before I give my pick, I guess just do a little quick breakdown or notes that I have. Adesanya, he's 21-1. Only loss was to Jan Blachowicz, right? At 205. And dude, he's taking out Adesanya is taking out elite middleweight competition though. Vettori twice, Pablo Costa, who he embarrassed, Yoli Romero, which was a boring fight, but he still won. Kelvin Gastelum, which was a great fight, and of course, Robert Whittaker earlier. So he's a beast at middleweight. You know what I'm saying? And then Robert Whittaker. He's 23-5. And after the loss to Stylebender, he went on a 3-fight win streak, man, against really good opponents to Gastelum, Cannonier, and Darren Till, I think.
Yep.
So he's made some adjustments. He looks better. But, man, I want, again, I'm rooting for Robert Whittaker. I want him to win, man. I think he's fan-friendly, good style. Just he looks like a cool person. He's just like a really good person.
Yep.
But unfortunately, I just think Stylebender is just a little bit better, man. He's on that elite level, and I don't know, man. I don't know if he's gonna get a stoppage or a unanimous decision. That's something I just couldn't pick, man. But I do think Stylebender is gonna win. I just don't know how. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not too sure. I do want Bobby Knuckles to win, man, for sure.
Yeah, I can definitely see Adesanya winning, man. He's special talent, special striker for sure. I just watching his last fight against, I think it was Marvin Vettori was his last fight.
Yeah,
there was nothing special, nothing great about his performance, dude. It was really underwhelming. Maybe it was just because he wasn't excited to fight Marvin Vettori, and maybe he just kind of took a night off and just went through the motions. Maybe we'll see a completely different guy because he knows he's got a beast, standing in front of him. So we might see a little bit more motivated Izzy this time, which I'm hoping we see, man, because if he comes and he performs the way he did against Vettori, he's definitely going to lose, in my opinion, because Robert Whittaker is he's motivated, man. Like, I've been watching a lot of clips on YouTube and interviews with him, and he seems like he's really focused for this fight. Either way, no matter what happens, guys, we're in for a treat. That's going to be an awesome fight. Those two are going to leave it all in the octagon. So be sure that you tune in on next Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a really good weekend of fights. And that's all we have for the Combat Sports reviews. Real quick, we're trying to grow that YouTube channel, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Really helps us out when you like the video because it'll show up in other, maybe like big other YouTube channels in suggestions. Help us out to get noticed. So thank you, and welcome back to the old subscribers, and what's up to the new subscribers.
Yeah.
Glad to have you.
Yeah. To our 51 subscribers, just tonight, just go on your Twitter, just hashtag TDFK OnlyFans. Let's just get that going. Let's get that going.
But yeah, are we taking a break, or are we straight
No,
into it?
we'll just straight up go NFL. I mean, we don't
Okay.
really have much to discuss in the NFL. I mean, fantasy playoffs are over.
All our teams are out.
All our teams
Yeah.
are out. Super Bowls is just, I mean, what are the odds of anybody predicting Rams Bengals?
Right.
I
There's
did
a lot
have
of
the
people-
Rams at
Yeah,
first.
Yeah, but I guarantee not too many people had the Bengals.
No, hell no, not
I
the
don't think
Bengals,
anybody had the
dude.
Bengals unless you were from. I don't even think people from Cincinnati had the Bengals. anymore, bro.
Yeah, they still probably can't even believe they're in the Super Bowl.
They're in DJ mode. How he didn't even believe the Niners were in the playoffs the whole time.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm just happy we're here.
and now that they're there, it's kind of hard to be confident picking against them, right?
Oh yeah, dude, for sure. I mean, that's crazy, bro. Joe Burrow, man, year 2, you're in the Super Bowl.
They said he could be the first quarterback in history to
Yeah,
win.
to the national championship and the Super Bowl.
Didn't Tom Brady do it in his second year?
No, Tom Brady never won a national championship.
No. Win a Super Bowl in his second year.
Oh, rookie year. No, second year. Yeah,
Second
you're right.
year, right?
Yeah.
It was his second year. He won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
Damn, that'd be
rookie year,
crazy.
he almost got there. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yep.
crazy. But yeah, I mean, talking about that. Well, I guess we'll talk about the Super Bowl first. What do y'all got? I guess I want Bengals, man.
I want the Bengals. Now, you know what? I want Matthew Stafford to win. He's been in the league putting in a lot of work. I know a lot of people are going to say they're picking against the Rams because they don't believe in him yet. And I was one of those guys, don't trust me, man. All year I was saying, I don't trust Matthew Stafford. And he's still that guy that was in Detroit that just comes up short. You know what I mean? But I do think that this team is a little bit different. I think he does have the defense now that's backing him up that he didn't have in Detroit.
That's the thing that I find that it might not even be a game that you're doing the Rams defensive line, Von Miller.
Exactly.
Against the most sacked offensive line of the season.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go with the Rams. I think their defense will be the difference. I think they have the offense to keep up in a shootout with the Bengals, but I think that their defense will get more stops than the Bengals defense will get.
How mad are you watching a Woozier be in the Super Bowl?
I know, dude. He fucking sucked when he played for the Cowboys, bro. And now he's actually a decent corner. So it leads me to believe that our coaching is just terrible. Whatever we're doing, our defensive scheme, our defensive game plans are just bad because when our defensive backs leaves Dallas is known for having bad corners, bad secondary. But then when our players leave, they actually do good on other teams. So
yeah, it might be
it's just the Cowboys, bro.
Dude, that's us, dude. We finally fired our special teams coordinator. I've been freaking asking for that for like 3 years.
Oh, okay.
It only took freaking, getting the punt blocked and getting us out of the
Yeah, that's why y'all are at home now.
Yeah. But speaking of segue,
who you got, Steve? Hold on, who you got, Steve?
Oh yeah, Steve.
Man, I think just like everybody else, probably everybody's cheering for the Bengals, but just the Rams are a more superior team, man. I mean, we got that Beast Cooper Cup.
Bro, I mean, if the Rams don't win, I mean, everything they gave up is for this
if
moment,
they don't win, it's pretty embarrassing, though, because they did give up a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't have a first-round pick till 2024.
I mean, they got the Matthew Stafford trade, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, that Beast Cooper Cup, and then Cam Akers is back. Then the defense is stacked. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's just hard to bet against them, man. But I guess it's just a feel good story to root for the Bengals, man. A young guy like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase.
And that
the whole team's pretty young,
is
man.
Playing good. I mean, that's crazy about the Bengals defense. The Kansas City in the second half, they only scored 3 points. And that was in the last couple seconds of the game.
Kansas City struggled with that, though, during the season, later in the season, in the second half. But I was going to say, what do you guys think about Odell Beckham, what he's doing? Because we didn't see this in Cleveland.
Dude. For sure, yeah, I was wrong. I was one of the biggest advocates saying he was washed and a locker room problem and shit like that. But now I'm for sure it was Baker.
Yeah, I've actually been
Baker.
Yeah, I've actually been saying that for a long time, man. That Odell has always been a special receiver. He's just Baker Mayfield is absolutely garbage, dude. He is trash. And they drafted him over Patrick Mahomes. Ain't that crazy? And who else was in that draft? Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson.
Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. They drafted Baker Mayfield. And then who went second? Mitchell Trubisky. There was a second quarterback taken. And then I think it was Deshaun Watson and then Mahomes, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. That is crazy that those two guys were taken. But yeah, it's cool to see. I hated Odell for a long time because he was with the Giants, and I'm a Cowboys fan, but like something about him going to Cleveland and not doing well, like because I had seen him and how good he was for, those years that he played in New York. And then when he went over there and people were blaming him, saying that he was the problem and that, Baker Mayfield is better without him. I was just like, man, that's wrong, dude. That guy's a good receiver. And now he's actually contributing on a Super Bowl team. And actually, I think he had 9 catches in the NFC Championship game for over 100 yards. So he's not just there, as a decoy. The guy's actually contributing, putting up big numbers.
Yeah, I'm actually really interested of how that team would have looked with Robert Woods.
Imagine, dude, him on the outside, Odell and him on the outside, and Cup in the slot. God, that's nasty, dude. If they keep it all, will they keep it all together?
No, Odell's only 1 year, so.
Okay, so they'll have to renegotiate with him.
Yeah. Robert Woods and Cup are good. They just re-signed deals, but.
Well, who knows? Maybe Beckham will come back on a cheap deal or something.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too. He's probably going to cash in. Somebody probably pay him a decent amount of money, dude. decent contract.
Yeah. Anyways, and then speaking of Tom Brady, I mean, he officially retired.
Yep.
What are y'all thoughts on that? I mean,
It's kind of hard to just not automatically give him GOAT status, right? Like he's the greatest of all time. I don't even think you can really argue it.
7 rings. Nope.
Yeah, 7 rings. He's I don't think it's all about rings though, man. I like to look at individual talent. I think rings is like a team accomplishment. You need a defense to win rings. But I do think he's a GOAT, even if you just look at his individual accomplishments, his individual talent. He's the greatest quarterback.
He has a lot of records in the stats wise. I mean,
yeah. He's I don't think there will be another. Actually, I'm not. I can't say that because we got some pretty young quarterbacks that look pretty promising right now in the NFL. I was gonna say they'll never.
But I feel like that's why we'll never see another Tom Brady. Because you might. I mean, look at that. We're seeing Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl year 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody thinks high. I mean, I think highly of Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow. I had him winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not this early.
Not this early. And honestly, I wasn't as high on Joe Burrow as a lot of people were. I didn't think he was going to suck, but I absolutely did not think he'd be in the Super Bowl this soon. But one guy I think that is looking awful is Trevor Lawrence, dude. He looks really bad. If you look at his, if you look into the numbers and stuff, but I guess we'll get into that later. Back to Tom Brady. Yeah, it's going to be weird, dude. Like that group of quarterbacks that we all grew up watching is officially like they've all retired, dude. And it's Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Big Ben. They're all gone, and that like hit me earlier, I guess.
And Tom Brady's daddy, Eli Manning.
And Eli Manning, yeah, dude. They're all gone, man. They're all gone. That's like the era that I grew up watching. Those guys compete against each other in the playoffs, and I don't know. It sucks, man. It sucks to see them all gone.
Yeah, man. Brady's the GOAT, man, for sure. 7 rings?
Yep.
Yeah, and he just had that winner mentality, man. At the last minute, he would just. I don't know. A lot of it was just kind of lucky too.
Well, he did get lucky several times.
Yeah, I think to me what defines Brady as like a GOAT is the fact that he's one of the few that has the stats and the championships to back.
Yeah, that's true.
To back his status up,
Did you know Joe Montana? He has rings, but he's not top 20 in completions or yards.
That's crazy.
He's not top 20. That's crazy, right? But he has a lot of Super Bowls, so people put him up there, like, as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But there are people that argue, like, they put Joe Montana in the top 5 and leave Drew Brees out. Drew Brees, he won a Super Bowl, but Drew Brees is second all time in completions, second all time in yardage.
Passing yards.
Yeah, he's got all the individual accomplishments. I think that Super Bowls matter. Don't get me wrong, but I think sometimes we put too much emphasis on Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Like you can't. You have to look at individual talent, individual accolades, individual success. Because if you look at Super Bowls too much, then are you really gonna say Joe Flacco's as good as Aaron Rodgers because they have the same amount of Super Bowls?
No,
can't, right? It don't work that way. Like I don't know. I think Super Bowls matter, but I think what matters the most is looking at like those career numbers. The numbers don't lie. Like you got to look at the numbers and so yeah, I'm not as high on.
I'm the same way. I mean, look at Tony Romo. For me, Tony Romo was one of the best. Because stat wise, he was pretty good, but
he was a good quarterback, but
he could never get it.
Yeah, he choked in the big games. So like I said, Super Bowls do matter. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they don't matter. They matter, but I think sometimes we put too much, into like looking at the number of Super Bowls won. But like you said, Tom Brady, he has both. He has Super Bowl wins and the individual accomplishments numbers. So yeah, it's sad to see him go, dude.
Yeah, I really thought we were gonna see at least one more year. I thought he would be at least try to retire, as a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, dude. And honestly, if their team would have stayed together, Godwin and AB, if that AB never left mid game and Chris Godwin didn't tear the ACL, you never know. They might be playing in the Super Bowl, because they almost came back and beat the Rams.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy. It's one of those players that you can't even be mad at him retiring, because he's earned it. 22 years.
Yeah, man. He's one thing I don't think we'll ever see a quarterback play that many seasons again. I think that's going to be really hard to for someone to do
You
again.
think so? Not even with all these rules protecting quarterbacks and teams emphasizing on offensive lines for the passing game and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, I think it's super rare for someone to play for this long. Like,
Or we're like just consistent.
yeah,
They're
to
like
be playing this many seasons and
this
to
good.
be to not have so injuries and sit out years. Like how long ago did Peyton Manning retire? And I think he came in the league 1 year before Tom Brady,
Yeah.
and he's been retired for what, like 6 seasons already. How
I'll
many
give you
seasons has
that,
it been?
dude. Yeah. I think it's been
It's been a while, right? Like at least 5 years since he retired.
28. I think he retired 2017.
Yeah, when he retired, they were saying how long he was a quarter, in the NFL too. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Brady's been in, for way longer than him, dude.
Yeah,
It's just
no,
that blows my
it's-
mind, his longevity. the way-
Brady's one of a kind. He's one of
Mhm.
a kind in the sense of the time he did it, the how he did it, and
the coach he got,
yeah, exactly. It's just
the defenses he got.
it's all
It was like a perfect storm. like-
exactly perfect
Yeah.
storm, all luck. Not all luck, but he had the skill to accomplish what was given to him.
yeah, he had the skill and the perfect storm of
He made a shitload of
Good luck.
lemonade with a shitload of lemons. All right, guys.
Yeah. yeah.
sure.
Yeah. But
Yeah, well, that's all we have for today's show, guys. Forgive us again for missing out last week's show, but hopefully we made up for it today. And again, we're trying to grow that YouTube channel, so hit that like button, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and you know what I mean. It is the end of the show. We don't have DJ here to play the outro, so I'm just gonna play some music to let us out. And until next time, we'll see you.